Do you know about the black soldiers the U.S. Army executed, only to admit 106 years later that they had never received a fair trial? They were known as the Buffalo Soldiers. In the summer of 1917, members of the 3rd Battalion of the 24th Infantry Regiment were sent to Camp Logan near Houston, Texas. America had entered World War I. The soldiers were preparing for war, but before they could fight for their country overseas, they found themselves fighting racism at home. Houston was deeply segregated under Jim Crow laws. Black soldiers were regularly insulted, threatened, and harassed by white civilians and police officers. Then everything exploded. On August 23, 1917, Houston police violently arrested and beat a black woman named Sarah Travers after entering her home while searching for a suspect. When Corporal Charles Baltimore, a black soldier, asked what had happened, he too was beaten, arrested, and humiliated by police. Rumors quickly spread through Camp Logan. Many soldiers believed Baltimore had been killed. That night, more than 100 black soldiers seized their rifles and marched toward Houston. Gunfire erupted across the city. By sunrise, 19 people were dead, including civilians, police officers, and soldiers. The nation was shocked. The army demanded justice. But ask yourself this: could black soldiers expect a fair trial in Jim Crow America? The answer would change history. The army placed 118 soldiers on trial in what became the largest murder trial and one of the largest courts-martial proceedings in American history. Many of the accused had no meaningful opportunity to defend themselves. Some shared legal representation. There was no meaningful appeal before the first executions. Then came the verdicts. 110 black soldiers were convicted. 19 were sentenced to death. On December 11, 1917, the first 13 soldiers were secretly hanged at Fort Sam Houston in Texas. They were executed just one day after their sentences were approved. The executions were carried out so quickly that even President Woodrow Wilson had not reviewed the cases. The Army later changed its own rules so future military executions could not happen without higher-level review. But it was already too late for those men. Years became decades. The soldiers were remembered as criminals. Their families lived with that stigma for more than a century. Then something remarkable happened. Legal historians and researchers re-examined the trials. They found serious problems with how the cases had been handled. Finally, on November 13, 2023, 106 years after the Houston riot, the U.S. Army officially set aside the convictions of all 110 soldiers. Army Secretary Christine Wormuth acknowledged they had been wrongly treated because of their race and had not received fair trials. Their military service was restored as honorable to the extent possible. Justice did not come in their lifetime. It came more than a century later. Their story reminds us that correcting history can take generations. But even when justice comes late, the truth still matters. If this is your first time hearing about the Buffalo Soldiers of Camp Logan, comment "first time." This is Histera.